A little bit about this mission. It's about reconnecting our starseed and new earth children in a safe space, a sanctuary, if you will, where they feel energetically protected and where they can share with one another the transmissions, their channeling, their missions, and activate all of these things together. Because we know that when these kids come together and do these things with one another, powerful things can happen.
Hi guys, I'm Kirsten Rhode. I am an energy healer, an intuitive life coach, and a mom. And I'm here with my amazing soul sister and friend, Julie.
Aloha, I am Julie Suan. I am the founder of New Earth Legacy Trust, a nonprofit that's dedicated to the stewardship of higher consciousness for New Earth. I'm a New Earth template holder, activator, and I'm a mother of a 3-year-old son and bit of a cosmic oracle. I work with light codes, amongst other things. And I also am a lawyer.
If that isn't bridging the two worlds, I don't know what is. I think that's amazing. I love it.
Well, yeah.
Totally not like a lawyer, but also the best one if you ever needed one. I would definitely go to Julie.
Yeah, not a lawyer in the traditional sense. But yeah, I stand for divine justice, and that's really feeling like in alignment with what we're doing here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so what are we doing?
Well, we came together it's like 6 months ago, right? Like you got a reading with me, and we just became such good friends. And she was interested in setting up this retreat for kids, and because I have my daughter 7, who is very outspoken on TikTok and social media, who's 8 years old, and she's a channeler, and she remembers her past life on another in another matrix altogether, as a blue avian. And so we just immediately like became really good friends. And then she invited me out here, and this has been amazing. And we've been planning this amazing retreat that she's going to be doing on the Big Island, and 7 and I will be there and help facilitating, and we're so excited about it. Let's tell a little bit about what's happening.
Yeah, so we are doing it together. It's not we amongst others. And it wasn't just a reading that I got from Kirsten. It was a reading, and at the same time, I knew that call was like divinely guided. And I shared with her our mission. And I'm saying our mission is because we, through that call, knew that we were here to work on something very important together. And a little bit about this mission, which relates to the retreat. And it's about reconnecting our starseed and new earth children in a safe space, a sanctuary, if you will, where they feel energetically protected and where they can share with one another the transmissions, their channeling, their missions, and activate all of these things together. Because we know that when these kids come together and do these things with one another, powerful things can happen.
And this spoke to me so deeply because I was one of the first, well, I think I was the first mom on social media to let my daughter speak about her experiences. It was very scary for me, but I knew that it was divinely guided, and I was told so by my guides and by my daughter, which is kind of funny to have a 4.5-year-old at the time telling me this is the way it is, but that's always the way she's been. And so I trust this, what Julie, when we had this conversation, it was like, these kids know what they're here to do, and they do, because they're not like regular children. They are old souls in a child's body, and that's by design, because we are all meant to tap into our divine child within us and to embrace that childlike enthusiasm for life. And when these kids come together, because they're already so judged in schools and they don't fit in there, and it's very challenging for them, at least for my daughter, they are able to be themselves, just like they are at home, but they're able to be themselves. And when they see other kids doing the kinds of things that they're doing, they get so excited. And so this is going to be a magical experience for all of the children and all of the parents to witness.
And all of the world.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly believe these children, they carry the crystalline codes and the keys of New Earth with the purity of their consciousness and the level of innocent and pure frequency that they all innately hold. And that's what they're here to do. It's not an accident that they're coming in at such a potent time in the planetary scale of timelines, if you will. And they are the builders of what we talk about as the new earth. So us coming together with these children, we will be doing recorded transmissions of what they have to share. And then we're going to share it with the world, because we know just by witnessing and receiving these transmissions, it's going to activate our collective remembrance for all of us. So this is not just for the children. It's not just for the parents. This is a whole movement. This is something that I feel our planet has been calling for. It's time for the voices of the children to be heard. It's time for them to start doing what they are here to do.
And we get to provide this container for them to be themselves, because they are the teachers. This is a different dynamic than what we're used to. We don't teach them, they teach us. This has always been my philosophy with my daughter, and I've seen many of my other friends with their children. It's the same way. They are the teachers. They know what to do. And it's time that we get out of the way and let them do what they came here to do.
Yes. So through this video, we not only wanted to share more about our mission, we were feeling into this is a great space and a container for us to share some transmissions together.
Yes.
While we have each other in the physical and in the lands, on the lands of Hawai'i. And already I am feeling a lot of divine feminine and Lemurian energies. And we invite you to just receive.
Tetakanishto wa kayana ya tareke sono ko tareke sanana ki shono ko tareke seno ko tareke so. Eko shono areke sanana iki atotoso areke to shonana ya. Aki sano tareke ya tokotono so koraite ya shokona. Kono so a shadare ya tareko so totoshia. Sonana ki ya tareke su uno ko tareke shoto yo akaseta.
I turara tiana kiana tarirona na tiana na I urari yara yarata. Io ushua aniara tirorona kiara tarirona yara tiana nata. Mua Yoshua na tirori, shuale kiara yana tirara yakunu tirara yana. On these sacred lands which we are sitting upon, we remember from the ancient days of Lemuria. Our star mothers greet us with their presence and their embrace. And they remind us of our divine perfection. It is when we reclaim the knowing of how perfect we are that we truly remember the wholeness of who we are. And that purpose is not something we go after or chase. It is just by being and loving the wholeness of who we are that we live with purpose.
Kono shonarete ki so alate arakea. Kono no setareki sho totorekea. Kanania sokotoroya pachimama seterakia sofia tareke. Tu ana agia torakeshono. Kono sono diara kishia a kete soa kete sua sekisha. Keme so kotarake so akemito so shushua.
Akia na tua na terero da kira to te tika da da ni ara tai shua nata ni na ni na nata. Ua ma ki o no tu ro shua na ia ti akia nata ni ro ratari kira na ni na mo ana. Io tu no na tiara tai iku no na tiara da ni ro tu da tiara da na ni ato na ia na o no ikia na. Ua shua kia na sua kia na shua na itu na ni rata. Ioro niara tiarata muana iatana ki tatarariarada. Ioto na tiana I ana iokuna. E akua shuana iana iakianata ianata iona tiokuna. This is the voice of the ancient dragon of Mu. Hua kianata nianana tianana tianata ianana, her body and womb. Reminds us of the sanctity of true creation and life force that each of us carry within our bodies. And she's giving a transmission of purity, reminding us to create out of this consciousness of purity and innocence, and play and passion through pure joy. Free of pretenses, free of any masks that we carry. Identities, labels, external validation. These are all false concepts that were never meant to be a part of our original templates. We now release them into the light and reclaim our original template of pure creation. In alignment with each of our divine blueprints. Your missions is beyond beyond, way beyond what your mind can even conceive. The original pure creative energy, this purity of life force is reminding each one of you now to remember your divine templates, to understand how big your missions really are. When we create free of external validations, when we create free of our ego created sense of identities and labels, we can fully step into what our divine missions really are. Do not forget that. When we say remember, that's what you are here to remember.
Not with the mind, with the heart. Remembrance always happens through the heart. Always through the heart. And anchor this beautiful message into the earth, into the crystalline core of the earth. And breathe life force energy into your divine remembrance and anchor that in, allowing you to bring forth and remember who you are most fully. And welcome home.
Welcome home. That was beautiful.
That was amazing.
Yes, and I love how much came through on remembrance, as that is truly the theme of this retreat that we're co-creating with all these new earth and star children, is a collective remembrance activation. We're going to be on powerful lands. We are doing something that is really unique, and I would dare say almost never done before.
Yeah.
And this is an embodied action of remembrance, where I feel that these children and all of us who are here to witness it is going to activate something in all of us.
And in the grid.
And in the grid, they're going to anchor, at least in part, these remembrance codes. By coming together, that's what these kids are doing. And their presence will activate it collectively for all of us. And
join us on our roundtable that we'll also be having.
Yes.
So you'll get to see these kids in action, because we've created a space where they can come together and sit around the table and share their thoughts about how the future should look. We're going to have adult speakers that are going to speak about things, what's important for the kids, and it's going to be magical as well. So if you can't make it to the retreat, we would love to see you there.
Yeah, so that is a free access event. It will be a virtual global event that is live streamed. Even if you were busy on those days, it's going to be recorded. So if you sign up, you get the recording access. There's some very special presenters that will be joining us, such as JJ Brighton and John Burgos, Sandra Walter, Vivian Chauvet, Mary Rodwell, amongst others. More importantly than ever, a round table of children who will be providing us with their transmissions. We are activating new paradigms, and for that roundtable, one of the focuses is activating and anchoring a new paradigm of education. I say that's pretty important.
Yes. I would concur. Thank you. If you're still here, thank you for joining us today, and thank you for listening from the bottom of our hearts. This is a very personal message from us that is probably one of the most important things in my life anyway, and I'm sure Julie concurs. That's these children and their importance. And so we thank you for staying with us, for co-creating with us, and for joining us in all of the future things that we are all going to do together, because this is a co-creation of us and you guys and our children.
Yeah, I would say this is in fact a collective legacy. To me, personally, there's nothing that is more important than our children. And for me, my mission is to safeguard their consciousness and the purity, and their innocence and their playfulness, so that none of us would forget these things. Thank you for walking this path with us, and we look forward to sharing more with you. Thank you for stepping into your roles.